further ado, I present to you... What's up, everybody? You're watching another episode of Live with Wolfman. I'm your host, Jacob Wolfman, and this is a show about all the things that we're interested in and all the things that you're interested in. Sometimes we talk about forms. Sometimes we talk about tricking, point fighting. Sometimes we'll talk about media stuff, photography and videography, social media strategies. As a filmmaker in the martial arts world, that's my interest, all of these things. So every episode is something new and exciting. Today is actually an audible. This episode was planned for a little bit later in the week, and then last night I had to switch it, and we had to do it today. Today is the finale of the International Tournament of Tournament Martial Arts World Champion. Oh, I screwed it up. Let me restart the show. The International Tournament of Tournament World Championship of Martial Arts. Before we get into that, I just want to give a shout out to Tyler Weaver, who was supposed to be on the show today. Unfortunately, the poor guy is stuck in the Mexico City airport without a plane to get home, and I have no idea what's going on with him right now. All I know is he's stuck in Mexico, so maybe someday he will be able to return back to the country. Well, I know he's got an interesting story to share, so we'll have him on the show as soon as he gets a chance to. But without further ado, let me get in my second host of the day. But right now his sound isn't on, so if he talked, people wouldn't hear him. So let me make sure people can hear him. All right, now his sound's on. All right, everybody, give it up for my co-host Dalton.
Right, can everyone hear me?
Dalton, you're live. Dude, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. You know, always excited to be on the show.
Cool. Well, I'm excited to have you. You are breaking history on the show because this is the third time you've been on Live with Wolfman. Yeah. We've had world champions on the show. We've had kung fu experts that train with the headmaster Shaolin. We've had creators of the martial arts tricking hyper trick school program. All of these accolades, but forget that. Dalton, you somehow have surpassed all of them, and I think it has a lot to do with the trophies behind you because you have the best backdrop. So
I do. I have the best backdrop. I planned that.
So let's.
I was like, where can I put my computer to make it look like I have the most success?
I think you do. You have a lot of success floating back there. So today, ladies and gentlemen, is the International Tournament of Tournaments World Championship of Martial Arts, a 50A Triple Crown Gold Platinum Elite Star internationally top-rated event. Let's check out the bracket system to see where everything lies. As you can see, this is episode 3, three-part series, and the competition has been really intense. All of these tournaments that entered were voted in by you guys, and it was seeded, and now we are approaching some of the final rounds here. So this is going to be interesting.
This is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Yo, I got mad hype in the chat right now. Kylie, Cameron, Carlos.
Yeah, man, you got a lot of love.
Any more, C sounds we can make? I'm sorry, Kylie's with a K. I have to be unbiased.
Well, I'm glad all the C names are.
I know.
I see you seeing that love.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so I have something really exciting that I have to share with you guys today, and that's the trophy. We're going to unveil the trophy for today's tournament. The overall winner of winners is going to be receiving this trophy. Look at its glory.
It's awesome.
It's amazing. Taller than a mountain.
It's literally called the OOOWOW.
That's right.
Because that's what you say when you see this thing. I mean, look at that. That is a 2,000-foot.
It's incredible.
Awesome.
It's amazing.
It's just too awesome. I'm tearing up.
It's one of the tallest trophies you've ever seen. I mean, it is the tallest trophy that's ever been created in the history of trophies. And only one tournament can win this.
Do you think Minnie would actually make that if we asked her?
Oh, yeah, and she'd do it for free. I've never met her, but she would do it. All right, let's do it. Somebody has to win this amazing trophy. Look at that. I know just putting this on the show is going to attract more people to tune in right now.
It has to. I mean, how can you not be in awe out of that awesome NASCAR-style trophy?
Yeah. And it's so high, it's actually taller than the lightning strikes coming down from the sky. Yeah. All right, let's do this. You ready for this, Dalton?
I'm ready. Let's get down. Let's get picky.
Let's get picky. Okay, that's it. Here we go, guys. This is how it works. It all depends on your votes and your participation. You're allowed to vote multiple times, but please make it so that it's possible for us to count the votes. I just trust your judgment. So far, it's been working all right. But here it is. The first matchup, this is a big one. U.S. Open versus Battle of Atlanta. Is that what we're doing? No, pause. That's too big of a matchup. We're not ready for that. Let's skip over to the other side. We got the AKA Warrior Cup versus the Unity Internationals. That's where we're going to start, over in the north east corner of the bracket system. So Dalton, tell me a little bit about AKA, and I will talk a little bit about Unity.
AKA Warrior Cup all the way. I mean, AKA always comes through with this tournament. It's an amazing tournament. I mean, it is incredibly big. The hotel's a little bit on the expensive side, but I mean, it's worth it. You have the NASCAR banquet, which is always a great event. You get your certificates and everything. You have a lot of divisions, underbelt grands. You get a kind of a Warrior Cup. I don't know how to describe it, but it's a little spin on the Warrior Cup. You have a lot of the world's top talent competing to get probably the best, well, the second best trophy now, because the overall winner of winners has the best trophy.
That's right.
But before the OOOWOW, you had the Warrior Cup. And, hopefully this year, AKA can come through and show a little more love for the women. Because last year we only had Sammy in the Warrior Cup hunt, but there was a lot of other winners. Hopefully they do that, and they just have the Women's Warrior Cup. They start doing that now. But I mean, I know besides that, it is a great tournament. A lot of divisions, a lot of rings. You might see me helping running some, just trying to make it smooth. And I think the AKA Warrior Cup will come out on top. We're going to see it in the final.
All right. I think that that's a very distinct probability. I'm changing headphones here because my these other headphones are kind of dying on me. AKA Warrior Cup was the number 1 or was the number 2 seed of the whole bracket, so it has a good chance of going all the way. Unity International Games, it happens in the UK, and it's one of the first UK tournaments that has kind of taken the NASCAR vibe of having a nighttime show with the lights, and they have the live stream media, and we've played their stuff here on the show a multiple number of times, and they definitely have a pro thing going on. But you're right, I do think that the AK Warrior Cup probably is going to take the cake on here, but it's not up to us. It's up to the voters, the Wolf Pack. It's up to you guys. So go ahead, leave your comments. Let us know what you think is going to happen. Is it going to be AKA? Is it going to be Unity? Let's just move on to the next battle. While those votes are being tabulated, we got Battle of the Badger State versus the Ozark Mountain Nationals. Dalton, this time I'm actually going to go first because last weekend was yesterday was the Battle of the Badger State. And promoter Luke Palmer invited me to come out to just hang out and experience it, and then ended up being a center judge for one of the rings, which was really cool for me to get to step into the judging position, something I don't usually do. Usually I'm on the commentator and the media side of things, but it was a lot of fun. And I just got to say to Luke, great job running that event. It's definitely, it's no international tournament. It's a local, smaller one. But some of the pros, I'll just list off some things I like about it, and some of the things I like about tournaments in general. All the rings were matted, which is always great. A lot of these local tournaments, they'll do it on a gym floor still, and it's like hurts your feet, and you're not going to get the best performance out of people when that's the conditions. Everything ran on time. It was really good. The atmosphere was appropriate. We didn't have any crazy, inappropriate, rude parents. We had everybody just lighthearted, and they understood the spirit of it. And it It's just well run. Another cool thing I like about it is that they didn't just give away for the grands. They didn't just give away a trophy. And I think the main reason they didn't give away a trophy for the overall grands is because there's no way you can compete with our trophy. The OOOWOW is just
OOOWOW.
It's too good. So they're like, okay, we can't compete with the OOOWOW, so instead we're gonna give away swords, so, which was pretty sweet. It said Battle of Badger State on the sheath, on the sword handle, or the sheath, not the sword handle, but it was a cool presentation. So you win the grands, you get a sword. I think that's cool. I think every tournament that's innovative and gives out something different other than another piece of plastic, that's awesome. I like Jeff Doss. They give out the gumball machines. AK Warrior Cup, they do a little bit something different with their grands overall. Again, their trophy is only like 6 feet tall. It's not as tall as a mountain, but they got to work within their budget. Well, the Live with Wolfman show has quite a big budget, so we can have mountain-sized trophies. But that's what I got to say about Battle of Badger State. Great event. Thank you, Luke. And Dalton, tell me a little bit do you don't know anything about Ozark? We've talked about it a little bit on the show.
Yeah, I do know a little bit about Ozark. I know that Richard Osborne puts on a great event. I haven't been there yet. I know that I can't give it my first-hand experience, but I do know it's a great tournament. I see a lot of feedback. I did some research so that I can actually talk about it. It looks, from my opinion, and I've been to a lot of tournaments, that it was a well-run tournament. They're matted, a nice stage. Their promo video is on point. I think we talked about that before. And that's always important, is to spread the media, because the media is what drags the people in nowadays. You can't just send a poster and hope that they come.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know Ozark Mountain Nationals has a lot of love. The Pro-Mac people always go there, and I think Ozark Mountain Nationals might actually beat the Battle of the Badger State.
Oh boy. All right, that's your prediction. I'll leave it up to the voters. You guys let me know. I know I got a little bit of a biased audience in here. I think in normal circumstances, it wasn't the fact that I was there last weekend and I saw a lot of the Wolfpack actually at the tournament. I don't think Battle of the Badger State would stand a chance just because it's such a smaller event and it isn't as known as the Ozark, but it has a lot of heart, and that's all it takes. It just takes viewership. So we'll see what the voters have to say. So you guys go ahead and vote. We're going to move on to the next battle while we wait for that. And also going to update you. AK Warrior Cup versus the Unity Internationals. AK Warrior Cup sweeps it. They win. No problem. All right, moving on. Next battle. Oh, are you serious? Diamond Nationals is up, and they are competing against the Arkansas Open. Which fake Dalton?
That's a pure overwhelming amount of odds that the Arkansas Open has to come, because the Diamond Nationals is packing heat. I mean, seriously, the Diamond Nationals is where legends become legends. Everyone goes to this, and I'd say this tournament is one of the very few tournaments that actually can unite people from across different circuits, and even just not on a circuit at all. I mean, you see ATA people there, you see NBL people there, you see NASCA people there, and some people would say this tournament's bigger than the U.S. Open just because of how the National Karate chain comes through and puts on a great event.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Minneapolis, always fun. I mean, not the warmest place in October,
no.
But I mean, everyone wants that diamond ring.
It's true.
And not the kind that's gonna, make you lose half your stuff if you get a divorce. I'm talking about the diamond ring, the prize, the diamond trophy. Yeah, I'm talking, dude. That night show, every time I've been going there for 3 years, and every single time it gives me goosebumps, because I see the people that I grew up watching. I see the people I grew up watching, and it's awesome to see, especially people now grow up and be those people, be the role models now, and and especially since I'm the same age as most of them, it's a little weird, but hopefully one day I could be on that stage as well. You never know, but I'm just saying the Diamond Nationals is a very good tournament.
Yep.
Well run.
Yep.
Larry Carnahan definitely lives up to his style.
Cool. I got to say that for me personally growing up, and again, has to do with the fact that I live in the Midwest, so it was one of the closest big tournaments that you could drive to. And it was, when I was going up through the ranks, it was better than Christmas. It was better than the Super Bowl. It was the Super Bowl of the year for me. It was the thing I wanted to go to. The night show was always spectacular, especially old night show. Back when they had it at the River Center, Dalton, I don't even know if you know about that time period, but they used to have it at another location in St. Paul, and like that was just off the chain.
That was when it was like a stadium, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was. I remember the River Center.
Yeah, not like a football stadium, but yeah, it was a big theatrical thing. It was pretty great. I mean, it's still kicking. It's still one of the top tournaments in the nation. I don't know if Arkansas Open stands a chance here. Arkansas Open is, although from what I've heard, it is a very well run tournament. Has a lot of heart. They do some good promotions. I've seen their website. It's clean and modern, and it's not one of these old, some of these tournament websites are just straight embarrassment, garbage beyond garbage.
Yeah,
the worst of the
I've
worst.
seen a lot of those. I've been invited to a lot of those, and I'm like, God, you have to. Yeah, I know.
Hold on, it's coming out, man. I can't help it. Wolfman Rant's coming out. I'm gonna have to bring Jeff Doss back on the show because the first thing that comes to mind is NBL's horrific POS garbage of a website. The worst excuse for a website I've ever seen. It's the worst website. Even in like the year 2000, it's laughable. It's such a joke. I hate NBL's website so much. It's such trash. Spend $10 and go to squarespace.com and get yourself a website in like half an hour and fix that damn thing. And any tournament out there that doesn't spend just a little bit of money to make themselves look a little bit decent is just an embarrassment to the sport. You need to get your act together. Seriously. Get a freaking website. It's not that hard. And if you can't get a decent website, no website. Just delete the website. Have a Facebook page and just do registration through email or something, or get Eventex. But there's no reason that you have to have such an embarrassment of a website. I don't get it. I don't get it, people. You are supposed to be the face of this sport, and you are the ugliest faces of this sport. Fix it. All right, Wolfman rant over. Sorry. Sometimes it bubbles up, and I just got to let it out, man. I just got to let it out. No offense to Jeff Doss. It's not Jeff Doss's fault with NBL because that website was like that well before. He just took over the reins like a couple months ago. Oh, man. Okay, sorry. So anyhow, let's get back on track. Lost my temper there. We're going to do Diamond Nationals versus Arkansas Open. I'll leave it up to you guys. We'll cast your votes. Talk amongst yourselves. And while you do that, we got to go back to Battle of the Badger State versus the Ozark Mountain Nationals. And it looks like Ozark wins. They take the cake. But there was a lot of votes in there for Battle of the Badger State. A lot of love to my Wisconsin Infinity homies. Sorry. Yeah, sorry. Dalton's face looked shocked when I lost my temper there. But sorry. Dalton's like,
it was mutilation of the NBL website. I mean, I haven't been on there, so I'm considering myself privileged that I haven't seen this crappy website.
Oh, I'll pull it up right now.
Oh, God.
Hold on.
This is going to be terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Is it that bad? I mean...
It's beyond bad. It's the worst website ever.
And the sad part is with this terrible website is now NBL kind of takes a hit. It has taken a hit apparently from what you said, that it's been like this for a while.
The tournaments themselves are not as bad as the website would make you think it is. But God, hold on. Let me pull it up.
If you're going to have an event, you have to be good all around. Just like a competitor, you have to be good all around. You can't just have a good event and a crappy website. Because the people with the better website, oh my God, I see it.
All right, I'm transitioning. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. This is NBL's website. Can you believe it? Can you believe that?
Is that it?
This is the front page. This is the home page of their website. Dalton, I'm going to make us smaller so that we're not such a distraction here on the screen. I'll put you over here, and I'll put me over here. Look at this. This is worse than like
What's with the
11-year-old's MySpace page.
I just created a website for school, and it puts us to shame. I mean,
this is horrible. Yeah. So they break it down into all these different things, and go to this is the NBL tournament page. So we'll go here, the middle one.
Oh God. Oh, what the?
Yeah. Right. What is this?
Is that like a political map of North America?
Yeah, I don't know. There says Infinity Nationals. I don't know why Infinity Nationals is here. Grand Slam, Prairie States, and then there's this table of HTML table that's not even. Oh my gosh. Okay, if we're you know what, I want to be a little bit fair here before we go on with the tournament. Yeah, let's just click on. Yeah, so. I guess it does its job, but it's just what is this up in the corner here? That you see that blinking? Who designed that? They must have designed that if Microsoft Paint or something in 1996, and they didn't. They let 20 years slip by. Let's go to NASCA for a second, just to be fair. Just to be fair, all right. Just to be fair.
Now, just to remind people, it wasn't always this good.
That's true. They definitely got a huge.
It wasn't always this good because I recall.
Yes.
NASCA being the same thing. It was a flat page. It did not have any aesthetics.
Yeah.
And but now, it looks great.
It's much better.
I believe Hunter did that.
It says down here, powered by martial arts technologies. Now, I still personally believe, for the National Sport Karate Association, that's supposed to be, the biggest name in the sport. They can do a little bit better on their website. It's much better. It's cleaner.
It's cleaner.
Per my understanding, the rules are not actually up to date, which is a problem. And I could go on a whole rant about how the rules.
All right. Well, let's get back to why we're here.
Thanks, Dalton.
You're
right.
Let's get back on track. We only have an hour total to get through this, and we have to get to the OOOWOW.
All right, you're pulling me back. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
You're keeping our focus here.
As much as I would love to just criticize websites all day, I think we have to get back to the International Tournament of Tournaments World Championship of Martial Arts.
Yes.
Yes, that was the first time I ever said that correctly.
Good job, buddy.
Thank you.
You also forgot to mention that it's a 50A Triple Crown Gold Platinum Elite Star internationally top-rated event, but that's what it is.
I'm not a rap god, so
yeah.
You're just gonna have to. You're gonna have to save me on this one.
Okay, so everybody, you all cast your votes here. You guys are. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, I looked at the votes, and for the Diamond Nationals versus the Arkansas Open, Dalton, take a wild stab in the dark. What do you think?
I think the Diamond Nationals almost swept. I see some Arkansas Open, but the Diamond Nationals took it.
Yeah, you're right. Diamond Nationals took it. All right. Next, we got the Kumite Classic versus the Irish Open. Oof. Now, Dalton, I know the Kumite Classic is close to your heart. We were talking about it before the show started.
Before the show started, I was talking about the Kumite Classics.
Yeah.
And I'll talk about the Kumite Classics first. I'll get off the bat here. Kumite Classics, smaller tournament than what you would expect. It's not the size of the Diamond Nationals, but it is still a great tournament to go to. This year, a lot of people from different circuits came. We saw some NBL. We saw even some NASCA competitors there. It was probably well run this year. But the fighting last year really helped attract a bigger crowd. I mean, you offer $5,000, $10,000, obviously people are going to come. But this year, I think it was more about the forms and weapons, and I think they did a good job. I mean, they had a lot of team fights, and that was great too. I competed there this year. It was the first time competing at the Kumite Classics. Usually I just worked it, but this year was my first year competing at the Kumite Classics, and I made the stage. I can't English right now. I made the stage, and I dropped on the stage. It wasn't my best form I've ever done, but I know that this upcoming year I will make the stage, and I'll win this time. I promise. That's how confident I am. I promise I will win at the Kumite Classics, because it's been festering inside me, dropping on that stage.
Sounds like a Dalton rant.
Yeah.
All right. So Dalton, now it's my turn. It's my turn to reel you in. Let's talk about the tournament itself,
let's
not
get
about
back.
Dalton's personal accomplishments. But I wish you the best of luck in the tournament scene. You're gonna crush it. But you're right. There's a lot of heart. Kumite Classics. There's a lot of good things going for it. It's part of like a bigger event. But then there's also the Irish Open, and like I've said in other events, the Irish Open for Americans is kind of like the thing you always want to go to. You want to go across seas and go compete at the Irish Open. It's a big, it's a more fighter-based tournament, but they also do forms, obviously, and I think it's one of the bigger forms tournaments in Europe, UK/Ireland. But I'll let you guys vote. You guys do what you got to do. Cast away your votes. Is it Kumite or is it Irish Open? And now let's move on. We gotta pick up the pace, because I got sidetracked earlier talking about web design and graphic design and all kinds of stuff, and we got to talk about tournaments here.
Yeah.
For those of you that are just tuning in, because there are a couple new people tuning in, you are watching the International Tournament of Tournament World Championship of Martial Arts, a 58 Triple Crown Gold Platinum Elite Star internationally top-rated event with myself and Dalton, one of the biggest tournaments of tournaments that you'll ever find. We're breaking down what is the best tournament, and only one tournament can win the overall winner of winners trophy. It is as tall as a mountain. It's absolutely an amazing spectacle.
It is the OOOWOW.
The OOOWOW, as it has been affectionately named. And the OOOWOW is now up for grabs. It's the Grand Slam Open versus the Amerikic Internationals. Cast your votes. At this point, I think we're going to speed things along. Everybody knows. We all know what the Grand Slam Open is. We've talked about it several times. We all know about Amerikic Internationals. We've talked about it several times. You want the Gumball Machine Trophy, or do you want to go compete at the at a huge giant arena in Philly? You want to be on TV, or do you want to have the president of a whole circuit running your tournament? I mean, that's kind of what it comes down to in my eyes right here between Grand Slam, Amerikic. I'll leave it up to you guys. Go ahead, cast your votes. Do it right now. I think I'm going to do a batch calculation here, because I want to move on to the next one, and I actually think this one's actually worth a little bit more in-depth discussion. We got the U.S. Open.
Oh, this is going to be good.
This is a big battle. U.S. Open, Battle of Atlanta. Dalton, talk us through it.
Okay, what you have here is a battle of the big dogs, per se.
Mm-hmm.
It is literally the biggest tournament in the world compared to probably the best run tournament. Well, one of the best run tournaments in the world. And plus, the Battle of Atlanta has a lot of history behind it. The U.S. Open is the U.S. Open, period. You get to be on ESPN, and that's great. But the Battle of Atlanta is a big tournament in NASCO where people usually make a name for themselves. It's a tournament where a lot of people became legends, like Cal Menchoka, Matt Emick, all of them competed at the Battle of Atlanta. My man Alan Davies won the Battle of Atlanta. I think that was like his first overall title. I remember taking pictures of that. Battle of Atlanta, I think, is way better ran than the U.S. Open, but that could be to the fact that the U.S. Open is the biggest tournament. So you can't obviously have one man controlling everything over 3 ballrooms, over 100 rings, different divisions, different styles, different whatever.
Yeah.
Obviously. But, I think even if the U.S. Open wasn't as big as it was, and you had to literally put Battle of Atlanta versus the U.S. Open, Battle of Atlanta would come out on top. I mean, I think they have nice trophies. They have a great hotel. I think, they narrowed it down to 2 days, a cleaner night show. And that's it. I mean, there's nothing else I can say. I mean, both have underbelt brands, but Battle of Atlanta does it, man, and the Roof family really puts it on the map.
I think it's going to be an interesting to see what the viewers have to say, what everybody has to vote in here. U.S. Open, it has begrudgingly made it to this round because of its stature, because it's on ESPN and its size. However, it's also been the most controversial tournament to come through the bracket system.
You either really love the U.S. Open or you really hate it.
Yeah.
There is no middle ground.
Yeah.
There's no one that's going to say, hey, the U.S. Open's all right. No, you're going to have someone that either hates it. It's like, the rings suck. It's a terrible ran tournament. I'd come down to Florida in the middle of the summer just to watch this, Royal Rumble of a tournament go on, or else you're going to have someone that's like, I've traveled across the world to see the best tournament, and I love it so much. ESPN, oh my God, I can't wait.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I mean, there is challenges, obviously, that come when a tournament gets to that size.
I mean, people don't realize that, you have one, maybe two people running the biggest tournament of the year, as opposed to a not small but smaller tournament where you have a lot of people pitching in. I mean, you have to admit that the U.S. Open has to come with some stress.
Yeah,
it would be impossible to manage, 5,000 competitors smoothly. There's bound to be some trouble.
There is, but that doesn't mean that they automatically get a pass. It's up to the voters.
Yeah,
and you gotta find some ground here, and your size should not be an excuse for problems with your tournament. So you gotta overcome when there's issues. So with that, then there's the Battle of Atlanta, a staple tournament in one of the biggest tournaments in the country. Arguably the world. I'm not really sure because I don't compete around the world.
Yeah.
Unless we're counting China, then all of this is like, the smallest tournaments ever. But let's not talk about Chinese martial arts today. They're just too big. But I'll leave it up to you guys. U.S. Open, Bav Atlanta, cast your vote. Going back, we got the Grand Slam Open versus the Amerikick Internationals, and you guys voted for Amerikick to make it to the next round. No surprise there.
I'm happy about
it's a lot bigger. It's a much bigger tournament. But the Grand Slam Open has a lot of heart, and I do enjoy that event. It's clean. It's good. It's well-rounded. It's one of the best NBL tournaments out there. Amerikick is one of the best NASCA tournaments out there, but we're not trying to make it NBL versus NASCA today. But let's go to the next big throwdown here. We are in the Elite Eight for the AK Warrior Cup versus the Ozark Mountain Nationals. We got one of the top-rated tournaments, one of the number 2 seed of the whole bracket versus the Ozark Mountain Nationals. Man, let's just be real.
Let's leave it up to the voters. I mean,
we'll leave it up to the voters, but yeah, like this is a tough one. The only way Ozark's gonna come out on top here is if there's a lot of hardcore fans watching the show today that are gonna outvote.
I mean,
AK, but AK is just big, man. It's just so well run. It's huge.
It has
size. A different caliber. It's a different caliber event. Ozark.
Not that the Ozark Mountain Nationals isn't a perfect tournament. It's just that the AK Warrior Cup is just as good, but of a higher caliber. You have the Warrior Cup, and then you have the Ozark Mountain Nationals. It all depends on how much love the Ozark Mountain Nationals can get. But if they make it through, you have to admit it's gonna have to go through the ringer with a lot of these tournaments that made it through.
So, what do you guys got to say? Vote away. I see some Ozark votes already coming in.
I see some AKA. I see some AKA love.
Yeah, me too. I was just giving love for the underdog. Let's see. I got to go back to the U.S. Open versus Battle of Atlanta, and oh snap, the biggest tournament in the United States has just been taken down, ladies and gentlemen. The Battle of Atlanta beats the U.S. Open. Wow, I'm
honestly not shocked. A lot of people love the Battle of Atlanta more.
Wins by a lot. a lot more people voted for Battle of Atlanta than U.S. Open. Pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. That's a record. It's worth putting the graphic back up. The International Tournament of Tournaments World Championship of Martial Arts has declared the Battle of Atlanta to be a better tournament than the U.S. Open. Oh! All right.
Oh, snap.
Oh, snap. Or another way to put it, ooh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, wow. Overall winner of winners.
I know.
All right. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. We got the Diamond Nationals versus the Irish Open. Oof. This is a good one, too. Oh, man. What's it going to be? Diamonds or Irish Open? You can only pick one.
I think Diamonds going to come out on top just because a lot more people go to the Diamonds, from America and from across the world, as opposed to Americans going over to Ireland. I mean, don't get me wrong, both are high-caliber tournaments. And I think someone's even said that the Irish Open has, around 4,000 competitors, which is, second to the U.S. Open.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Diamonds, you got to admit, it lives up to the name. It is the diamond of the tournament circuit. So let's see what happens there.
That's a good way to put it. I think again it's going to come down to the audience. So what's the audience flavor? But you know what? I gotta say the Ozark Mountain Nationals versus the AK Warrior Cup voting it's
a tight race.
It's an insanely tight race to the point where I can't just eyeball it like I have been able to do. It's usually a clear winner.
Would you like me to count with you?
You know what? I'm just gonna do it right now. I'm doing a tally system, and while I do the tally system, you guys cast your vote for Diamond Nationals versus Irish Open, and we're gonna move into, oh my goodness, we're in the semifinals. Oh, this is when it gets real, ladies and gentlemen. The American Internationals versus the Battle of Atlanta.
Ooh.
Dalton, what's up? What's going on here?
I mean, I don't even know what to say. I mean, I just preached about Battle of Atlanta being better than U.S. Open. So let me drop some truth about the American Internationals. It might not have as much history as the Battle of Atlanta because, the American Internationals wasn't always the American Internationals. But I think in recent years, the American Internationals has become a more important tournament because they've gone from being in a reasonably sized ballroom in the Philadelphia Convention Center to upgrading, getting on Comcast Sports. Mike Chat was a commentator last year. Shout out to Mike, he's awesome. You have the world fighting. I don't remember what they did, but they basically took a bunch of fighters from around the world and put them against head-to-head. It was an amazing event. A lot of hype behind that. Now they're in Temple. The basketball court, I believe, it's going to be huge. I think, America's on the rise, but Battle's been on the top. It's been one of the top tournaments to go to, just like the Diamonds, just like the U.S. Open, even though people don't want to admit it. But I bet the American Internationals will have more love. The Lakers put on a great tournament as opposed to all the negativity against the U.S. Open in the audience, as far as I'm concerned.
Interesting. Well, all right. I have to stop the votes for Ozark versus AK Warrior Cup. This is crazy, guys. You guys are fighting furiously for votes. And like I said, you can vote as many times as you want, and you have taken full advantage of that. Geez. So, Dalton, if you had to take a wild guess and you were going to, just based off of the comments where you've seen flying back and forth, the Ozark versus the AKA, what do you think?
I would say the AKA won it by a sliver. That's my guess.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I consider this to be the biggest upset of the entire tournament.
I'm crushed.
Man. AKA's out of it. Ozark Mountain Nationals beats the AKA Warrior Cup. Can you believe it? Dalton, can you believe it?
No, I can't believe it. But like we said, it's up to the voters, and OMN has mad love, I guess.
Ladies and gentlemen, huge history right here. The Ozark Mountain Nationals has just defeated the AKA Warrior Cup. Dalton is shedding a tear back here. He really wanted AKA to take it.
I really
He
wanted
knows
AKA
the
to win.
class of this tournament, the caliber of it, the size of it, the spectacle, the longest running martial arts tournament in America, all of the accolades. It wasn't enough to defeat the Ozark Mountain Nationals because the Ozark fans were louder and more passionate, and they laid down their votes, and they beat narrowly. I mean, this was my tally count by the time I had to just stop because the votes were switching over from this tournament to the next battle. Let's see, 10, 20, 25. Yeah, there was, I counted over 50 votes before I had to stop counting, and Ozark Mountain Nationals was starting to take a little bit of a lead. So that's it. That's the way it ran. Ozark Mountain Nationals, the smallest, mightiest tournament, is now in the Final Four. The biggest underdogs to win it all. But we will see. Now your votes. Diamond Nationals versus the Irish Open. And Carlos is saying recount. This isn't Florida, buddy. That's hilarious. I'm hilarious. Man, that was a good one. Because Carlos is from Florida. And, they're all about their recounts over there. All right, anyhow.
Wow.
I know I had to.
That was a low blow.
Yeah, no, I had to. Oh, sorry. It was just too good. All right. Now, I got to say, after some quick calculations here, boom, boom, boom. Yeah, that's it. Diamond Nationals wins. Diamond Nationals has defeated the Irish Open. Predictable. I did see that coming, but it wasn't an easy win. This is it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're down into the Final Four. Like, I honestly, this is an expected Final Four, except for Ozark. That's the underdog we didn't see coming. We thought AKA was going to be in the Final Four, knocked out. So
let's get some votes for Amerikick versus Battle of Atlanta. You're not voting. What's wrong with you? Come on, we need votes.
Amerikick Internationals versus Battle of Atlanta. Weigh in your votes right now. Weigh them in.
We do double elimination.
And you know what? While you're at it, just go ahead, vote Ozark or Diamonds. So vote for both. You want Amerikick, Battle, Ozark, Diamonds. Cast your vote.
I'm going to be furious. Don't get me wrong.
Don't rant. Come in.
Mountain Nationals, but if the Diamond Nationals doesn't win this, it is just not right. There's no way that the Diamonds can lose this. I mean, I know the OMN family is strong in the chat, but you have to admit, everyone goes to the Diamonds.
You know what though?
Everyone.
What's important to me though? Who's the loyal wolf pack that tunes in and watches the show? They're the people that count. Yeah. They're the true warriors out there that make the final call. So I don't care what kind of accolades you got, Diamond Nationals. You got to have a fan base.
I'm watching the chat and I'm getting happy. Oh wait, we got some OMN in there. All right. Battle of Atlanta. Oh, right. You're still. So you're falling behind.
So Dalton, we're voting Battle of Atlanta, Amerikick, and Ozark and Diamonds at the same time. So everybody's allowed to vote for whatever. So Dalton, I might need your help right now. Can you go ahead and calculate how many? Because you're biased, so let's have you count the Battle of Atlanta and Diamond Nationals. Count how many Battle of Atlanta votes you see, how many Diamond National votes you see.
All right.
I'm going to count how many Amerikick and how many Ozarks. All right. So you guys keep your votes coming in at some point or another. I'm going to have to say stop because I just can't be doing tallies all day and night. Oh boy, you guys are blowing up the comments. I think this is a show record for how many. Can we take another second to give Dalton a shout out for his great background? Yeah, Joseph, you're right.
I know, right?
Dalton's background is the ultimate background of backgrounds for this tournament of tournaments. I love it. Joseph said, Dalton, did you understand my joke about the Florida recount?
I understand it to some point. Do you want to explain it?
Okay.
I do know that I have seen some recounts and some changes at a Florida tournament before, but I'm sure we're talking about different tournaments.
Yeah, I'm not talking about tournaments at all. I'm talking about politics. I'm talking about presidential elections. It always comes down to Florida and recounts.
Okay.
George Bush won, and then who is it? Who's
Donald Trump?
No, Man Bear Pig. Al Gore. Al Gore was
Al Gore.
He asked for a recount. Now he's just Man Bear Pig guy. That's politics for you. That's how much that's my thoughts on that. Keep your votes coming in, guys. We are calculating right now. We got blasphemy, aka should have won. Sorry, guys. That's just the way the votes came through. Boom. Joseph votes Infinity National Championship. Sorry, buddy. That tournament died first round. I don't know where you're at. Why didn't you vote?
It died. It got voted out.
It died. Die. No, Dalton. No. All of these tournaments that don't make it to the next round are dead. They're dead. Only one can survive. This is serious.
I think Rashad's voting for the Diamonds. I'm not positive, but you know.
Oh boy. Now multiple votes are allowed. So you guys are taking full advantage of that, and I can see that the Ozark fans are coming in hot. Can other people counter that? Are there going to be more people voting for the Diamond Nationals instead of the Ozark? All right, I'm going to stop the voting in as soon as you see this comment. It says stop voting. That's going to be the line. Stop voting. Post. So anything that happens after that comment does not count anymore because, man, it'll go on forever otherwise. Dalton, are you calculating back there?
Yeah.
All right. Ozark Mountain Nationals. Make sure you also are voting for Amerikick versus Battle of Atlanta. I see you guys are all focused on Diamonds in Mountain.
I've seen the Battle of Atlanta. I haven't seen a single Amerikick vote.
I saw a single one. All right. I think I've done my calculations. Dalton, have you done your calculations?
Yeah, I believe the Battle of Atlanta beat the Amerikick Internationals.
Yes, I had one vote for Amerikick, and you had how many for Battle?
About 11. The last time I counted, I'm recounting over and over, and I keep finding more.
Yeah. All right. Well, it's a clear winner. It's a clear winner in my eyes. So, Battle of Atlanta has moved on into the final round. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Dalton, what is your count for the Diamond Nationals?
I can't even count that. That's like the last time I stopped.
Is it more?
It was like
say that again.
It was at like 20-something the last time I stopped.
20-something. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I got some Ozark love over here, and I have
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14,
I'm going to leave it in
15,
suspense.
16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21.
All right.
22, 23.
That's enough. That's enough. Let's just make it be known because you can't hide it any longer. Diamond Nationals wins. They beat out the Ozark. There was some Ozark love out there. It was worth counting. But Battle of Atlanta, Diamond Nationals, they're in the final stage. This is it, the championship. This is it, guys. We got 3 minutes to finish off this tournament. You are watching the International Tournament of Tournament World Championship of Martial Arts, a 50A Triple Crown Gold Platinum Elite Star internationally top-rated event featuring live with Wolfman's very own Jacob Wolfman and Dalton. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, the final round of the tournament, the one you've been waiting for. This is the moment. It took 3 full episodes, 3 hours of live coverage, breaking down every single tournament to get to this very moment. This is one of the biggest, most exciting events in sport martial arts history. The winner today is going to be receiving the overall winner of winners trophy. It is taller than a mountain.
It is the OOOWOW.
It is the OOOWOW of trophies. There can only be one, and the vote is up to you. Ladies and gentlemen, cast your votes right now. Multiple votes are allowed. What is it going to be? The Battle of Atlanta or the Diamond Nationals? This is it. Dalton, I'm going to leave the Battle of Atlanta into your hands, and I will be counting the Diamond National votes. Cast your votes now. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. All right, I'm counting diamonds. What do you think's going to happen, Dalton, if you can count and talk at the same time?
So from now, from what we have in the first couple of seconds, the diamonds is running away with this.
Woof. Yeah.
But we're starting to see more Battle of Atlanta going here.
All right, I'm going to count.
The Boyer family seems to love Battle of Atlanta.
Now, I do notice that there are some people in denial of the state of their tournament. The Ozark Mountain National fam that worked so hard to work their way up through the brackets and defeated some of the best tournaments out there. I'm sorry, Ozark Mountain Nationals. Your tournament is dead. It's gone.
It's dead.
It's been eliminated from the bracket.
Rocky just lost. You know,
Rocky's in a coma, ladies and gentlemen.
Rocky got knocked
not
out.
Coming out. 16. Okay, I gotta say stop voting because we gotta put a vote. It's just too much. Okay, so keep counting, Dalton, until you see the stop voting. Okay, I have my count. I think you might have heard under my breath. I might have been too loud about it. Dalton, do you have a count?
I believe I'm at 16 so far.
Okay, with that number, 16 is to beat for Battle of Atlanta to be the victor. I counted, and according to my math, with the Battle of Atlanta versus Diamond Nationals. Let me get the bracket set up situation here. No spoilers, Dalton. Just let it be. Just let it happen, man. And with that, according to my calculations, according to Dalton's calculations, the winner of the tournament goes to the Diamond Nationals. Diamond Nationals has been awarded the overall winner of winners for the International Tournament of Tournament World Championship of Martial Arts. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. It was quite the spectacle, a 3-part series, 3 hours of coverage, breaking down every single tournament. And according to your votes, what you have decided, the Diamond Nationals is the overall winner of winners of the International Tournament of Tournament World Championship of Martial Arts. The biggest, most exclusive, high-level tournament there's ever been. The first time in history where tournaments have gone head-to-head against each other, faced off, and there could only be one winner. All other tournaments are dead. They're gone.
They're gone.
They're eliminated from history books. They are absolutely not there. The only thing that matters is who wins, and that's the Diamond Nationals. Diamonds wins it. Can you believe it, Dalton? What's your feedback? What do you think about this?
I'm happy.
This is a happy man over here.
I'm really happy. I knew it in my heart that Diamond Nationals was gonna win.
I mean, we got to take a look here at the bracket, and look,
I mean,
let's take
it definitely was not predictable. I don't think that people won this in their March Madness bracket. I'm telling you that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying there were some upsets. There were some
upsets.
sweeps.
Yes. I mean, we talk about the first battle of the entire tournament was the #1 seeded Infinity Nationals based off of your votes. And I got to say that all that matters is your votes. And you guys voted for that to be the #1 seed. That should have won the tournament according to the votes. And they got knocked out in round 1. That's pretty amazing against Dixieland, a.k.a. Myrtle Beach. Like, that was a big upset. Dalton, what's another upset that surprised you?
I think the Ozark Mountain Nationals come out on top to make it to the Final Four.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a hard-fought battle for every time, and they came out on top. Yeah. But they didn't win.
They did not win. And that was probably the biggest upset of the entire tournament. Honestly, the Ozark beating the AK. I thought AK had a really great chance of making it all the way, and they got shut out. They got shut out because the Wolfpack came in, and that's the way they voted. There was a really good battle over here with the U.S. Open and Battle of Atlanta. That was a tight, close battle.
Yeah.
Well, actually, you know what? I take that back. It wasn't a tight battle. The end result said that Battle of Atlanta swept U.S. Open. That was surprising. But the fact that they made it into a round where they were against each other, I thought was a pretty interesting.
It was bound to happen. It was bound to have two top dogs going head to head.
Yeah. Pretty interesting stuff. So with that, Dalton, I just want to say thank you for being on the show and being part of
It was a pleasure.
This amazing experience here. Thank you to all the Wolfpack that tuned in. And congratulations to the Diamond Nationals for being the 2017 overall winner of winners of the International Tournament of Tournament World Championship of Martial Arts. You have won yourself a trophy that is taller than a mountain. Congratulations. Larry Carnahan, it'll be in the mail. All right, everybody, thanks for tuning in for another episode of Live with Wolfman. We got another awesome week planned for you guys. So I'm not gonna tell you what's coming up in the future because I'm gonna bite myself in the foot. Sometimes our guests can't hop in, and I got to switch it around. But let's just say his name rhymes with Malin Ravies. I don't know. Whoever that could be will be our guest tomorrow. But with that, we got to end it. Dalton, thanks again. Wolfpack, thanks for tuning in. And if you guys haven't yet, obviously, if you're on Facebook, you got to go and join the new Facebook group, Live with Wolfman. And I would really like it if you started watching this live on YouTube because I want to grow the followers on the YouTube game. We can get the show a little bit bigger, and it involves your guys' participation. You got to leave comments and like and stuff. So go to youtube.com/Jacob Wolfman, subscribe to the channel, and let's keep this show growing. Let's see where it goes. I'm having fun with it. Until then, see y'all tomorrow. Hope y'all have a great existence. I appreciate all of you.
Exist
well. Peace out.